Okay. Okay. Good. Hang on, let me let someone in. Okay. Good evening, everybody. I want to welcome everyone here this evening, especially if you're here for the first time. A very special welcome to you. My name is Nick Nair, and I joined this business platform 3 months ago. Not 3 months ago, it's since February. And it was such a great journey. Yeah, I mean, today, things just happen that you don't expect them to do. Let me mute someone there. Okay. And, things just happen very, very quickly. And I mean, when I looked at this business, I thought to myself, what a great business to share with my friends and to help them earn a passive income. And, meanwhile, I too can earn a decent passive income. And I went about making phone calls in February itself. And the team has just grown and grown and grown. It's unbelievable. All over the world, people are just jumping on this because after all the opportunities they have jumped on, this is a real opportunity. But sadly, we kind of jumped in at a time where the world shortage of semiconductors has been. So we just have to wait a little bit, but just be patient. It's coming. And by the way, guys, I received my units today. So the UK units are coming in. Okay. And so today I want to introduce someone who, I mean, has such an infectious smile, and he was won my heart the first day he started the presentations. He's a great guy. His name is Colin Simmons, and he sits there right on top there with a great smile, and that's Colin. Colin has got 30 years experience of home-based businesses. He also owned a security company employing over 100 people. So a real entrepreneur he is, and I believe he's doing exceptionally well in this iHUB business. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Colin. Colin, take it away.
Thank you, Nick. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you for that introduction. Yeah, as Nick has said, I am Colin Simmons. I'm from Birmingham in the United Kingdom, and it is my pleasure to be on here tonight to present to you all this opportunity that came my way just over 3 months ago. Now, I have, as Nick has said, got over 30 years of experience from a home-based business background, mainly to do with network marketing, mainly to do with helping teams build teams mainly across the UK, but then across the world later on. Because when I first started this, we didn't have the internet. All those years ago, when I started in network marketing, it was all done via the telephone. It was very, very difficult. Today, it's very possible we can all build a global business, So when I looked at this opportunity I'm going to share with you today, 3 months ago, I could see very quickly that this is something that will work for the masses. This is not one of those opportunities where you've got to be a guru. You've got to know everybody. This is an opportunity that you can just start on your own and learn as you go along and start to earn, because we're all here to earn, I believe. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run through a fairly short presentation. It's going to take me about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. Hopefully you'll get a quick introduction as to what it's all about. If you're brand new, I urge you to get back to the person who's introduced you, get all your questions answered, look at the risks that we're talking about, look at the rewards that we're talking about, and you'll see that this is something that the timing of it is incredible. We haven't even officially launched yet, by the way. We launched on the 6th of November, which is about 2 or 3 weeks' time. For all those that are already involved, if you haven't got your ticket, I highly recommend that you get your ticket. The launch is going to happen in Las Vegas. In the old days, we'd have to fly over to Las Vegas and it would cost a fortune. Now, we just buy a ticket online, we sit in front of our computer and we can take part live in the event. If you want to watch a recording, you won't be the same. So for the sake of £25 or something like that, I urge you to go and get your ticket because it'd be worth it. You can say you was there at the launch. So what I'm going to do now is share my screen. And if somebody can just let me know you can see my screen when I do this, Nick, if you'd let me know, and then mute back up again, and then we're all good. Oh, hang on, here we go. Yep, thank you, mate. Okay, so let me just move this out of the way. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, it's welcome to the future. iHUB Global. A second, come on. Okay, welcome to the future. iHUB Global 2021. We're into the last quarter of 2021. 2022 is going to be a very, very exciting year. But what I say, and I say this every time at this time of the year, is don't wait for the new year to come. You've got to get started now. That's for the guys that are already involved. So here we go. So this is a great question. Would you be interested in owning a piece of the world's largest wireless network? So again, some people may think, well, what does that mean exactly? In the UK, we have wireless networks that you all know, such as Orange, Vodafone, EE, and O2. Well-known cellular networks. Those companies make an absolute fortune every single day, every single time you use your telephone, every single time you use the internet on your phone, they're making money. Now, what if there was a new network that's coming that's a global network that will be bigger than all of those companies I've just mentioned combined? This is what we're talking about. So the question is, would you like to own a piece of that? Well, I hope the answer would be yes. So I'm going to just play a short video. This will give you an introduction to this wireless network that I'm talking about, and then we're going to look at it in more detail. So with a bit of luck, this will play nicely. Here we go.
We've all used Wi-Fi for stuff like this.
So adorable.
And cellular data for stuff like this. Triaxolotl. Every day we connect to the internet, but it's not just people. From parking meters to packages, even these damn scooters. All these things should connect to the internet. Even this dog. Well, not the dog, but its collar. Seems like this little guy's lost. Luckily, he's got a smart collar on it. But that smart collar isn't so smart without the internet. Cellular data plans can be pricey. It's not like Sean could just log into this cafe's Wi-Fi real quick.
Hey, I like your dog.
No, it's not my dog. I'm just using him to demonstrate a point.
What's your point?
Glad you asked. Wouldn't it make sense for all of these things to have their own internet? A network that works just for them, so they could always stay connected anywhere, anytime. That's the kind of future I want to live in. And guess what? We can. With the Helium Hotspot. Honey, who's that? I'm the future.
It's the future?
The Helium Hotspot's a new kind of wireless device where you and your community can create a network for the Internet of Things.
So like a Wi-Fi router?
No, it's long fi. It reaches 200 times farther. But why would you put this in your house? Glad you asked. Well, you're helping to power a better future for the city you live in, building a community of connectivity, making all sorts of things possible that aren't today, like helping you find lost things, connecting to things that can tell you when your food's expired. Even powering sensors that help detect wildfires, so people and their things can stay safe.
What else?
Isn't that enough? The whole thing about building a better future for your children and your children's children. We don't have kids. For people who care about the thing you get in Helium tokens, a cryptocurrency as a thank you for building the network and enabling devices to connect. So any more questions?
Yeah. Whose dog is this?
Yep. See, when the Internet of Things gets better, everything gets better. Even finding your dog. It's yours.
Sean, thank you. Come here, buddy. Oh, thank you.
With the Helium Hotspot, you're helping to create a more connected future.
What's helium?
So glad you asked. Every day, we connect to the internet. But it's not just people. So what else connects to the internet? I'm glad you asked.
Awesome. So hopefully from that video, you can see that this idea of the Internet of Things, it's a big, big idea. It's a global industry that's being created as we sit here now. It currently has 8 billion devices that are connected to the internet worldwide. Now you may be thinking, I mean, on the video you could see some of the types of devices, you know, like a car parking meter. They're connected to the internet. They know when you've last paid and how much you still need to pay. You know, there's stuff like the, as she says, the collars on the animals. So if you lose your dog, it can be found. In fact, dogs have chips in them as well, which means that they can be found. The idea, I mean, I live in Birmingham, UK. Can you sort that out for me, Jed, mate? Right. I live in Birmingham in the UK, and across Birmingham now, over the last 3 years or so, there's been lots of these little electric scooters that anybody can jump on. Now you got to think that those scooters, somebody owns those scooters, and they need to know where they are all of the time. Those scooters have sensors in them. That's how they can track where they are. So the company that owns that scooter has to pay Vodafone, EE, or whoever it is that's offering them the package a price so that they can get the internet, the detail from that sensor to the internet so they can see where that scooter is. The whole idea of the Internet of Things is that we want to get all of these things onto the internet a lot cheaper. This is an industry that's predicted to grow to $80 billion by 2025. So it's massive. The market share is 2.4 trillion. So it's not a small thing. And we have an opportunity to be involved right as this grows, right at the beginning. You can see on the left-hand side some of the other industries that are going to be using the Internet of Things. Security cameras. Whenever you go away from home and you've got a camera in your house and you can see it on the moment you look on your mobile phone, that's going through the mobile data. So they're the ones that are making the money. It can be that will be used through the Internet of Things in the future, which will be a whole lot cheaper. Automotive, obviously more and more people are getting electric cars. We know the electric cars are going to have sensors on them. So you know, or trackers in them, so you know where the cars are. Same thing again. An electric car might go past your house. If you've got connected to the Internet of Things, you could be making money from the data from that electric car, which goes back to whoever it is that wants that data. So it's huge, huge, huge. And that's not to mention hospitals, the healthcare system. When they also want that kind of data. So it's massive. I hope you see that. So who started this? Well, this was the brains behind this is a guy called Sean Fanning. As it says on the screen, in 1999, at age 19, Sean invented the first ever peer-to-peer music and file sharing platform called Napster. Now, I remember Napster. I actually used it. It was fantastic. It was a place that you could go on the internet. You could download your favorite song without buying it from somebody else's computer. Absolutely brilliant idea. He's what you would call a industry disruptor. Chris, if you could mute your mic. He's what you'd call an internet disruptor. He looks at what's going on and he looks to see how it can be done better. He was also an early investor in Uber, as it says on the screen. So that tells you this is a guy that knows what he's doing. He has a track record. He has success. And he is behind what he has called the People's Network. He can see that it shouldn't be just those big companies like Vodafone, O2, EE, Orange, that are making all the money. What if we had a People's Network where all the people help create this network and we rewarded the people for helping build that network? It's a great idea that's already happening. So here, the technology is called the Helium Hotspot. On the left, we have a variety of different Helium Hotspots. They're no bigger than your internet modem that you have in your house right now. Now, what I will say is if you have the capacity to plug in a internet modem in your house, you have the capacity to plug in a Helium hotspot. The difference is that this Helium hotspot is helping to create this network of hotspots all around the globe. And that is how they will connect to all the sensors to get the information back onto the internet. And we get paid for plugging in a Helium hotspot into our home.
Web related or something that will allow you to go into the position of teaching and working where you can command your own income.
Thank you, thank you. Right, and so all that is great looking at the this Helium hotspot, the Internet of Things, but really you're here thinking, what's in it for me? Why should I even bother to get a Helium hotspot plugged in at my home or my office? Well, you can earn monthly just for plugging in this hotspot. And on the screen, it can be anywhere from between 5 HNT to 100 HNT. Right now, 1 HNT is about $20. 5 times 20 is $100 a month for plugging in a hotspot, up to something like 2,000 just for plugging in a hotspot. Incredible. Now, there's no income guarantee here because there are a few other things that need to be in place. Depends on where you live, depends on the amount of hills around you. It depends on how many other hotspots are close to you, because all these hotspots talk to each other. So, welcome to iHUB Global. iHUB Global is less than 1 year old. It was formed by 4 co-founders. These guys have many, many years of experience at network marketing, at home-based business. Now, they looked at what was going on with this Helium network. They could see people were buying these hotspots, which are costing people something like $500 to $1,000. They're plugging them in, and fingers crossed as to how much they're going to earn from that hotspot. They thought, well, we could do this a lot better. They have the technology to do this better. So they teamed up with a few of the hotspot providers to see if they could set a program so the HNT that's produced by this hotspot can be distributed and rewarded to people that help to build the network. An absolute genius idea. Very, very simple. So they thought, okay, if we can do that, that then means that the person that plugs in the hotspot through iHUB Global will now be in a position to earn an income passively from hotspots all across the globe. The nice thing about this, if you can mute Sheila, that would be great. The nice thing about this is that this is not network marketing. It's affiliate marketing. 1 second, Nick, can you sort that out for me? I don't want to come off the screen.
I can't find the guy. I can't find the.
Sheila Benedict.
Okay. Sheila Benedict.
Okay, so this is not multi-level marketing. This is what we call affiliate marketing. Now, affiliate marketing means that the more people you personally share this with, the bigger your results are going to be.
Oh.
But the nice thing is you actually don't need to recruit anybody. You may have had experience in network marketing and may have struggled to recruit. And that means that you don't actually earn hardly anything. The nice thing about this is that there's no recruiting necessary for you to earn.
Sorry, mate, I can't find her. Can you mute everyone?
1 second, guys. 1 second. Let me see if I can sort this out. I want you all to be able to hear me okay, so let me see if I can sort that out now. She's gone quiet now. Okay.
You mute everybody and unmute yourself. I'll stay muted.
Okay, mute all. Am I muted myself? No, I'm still here. Brilliant. Okay, so okay, that's sorted. 1 second, guys. Okay, back to where we were. So hopefully you can hear me. Yeah, good. So as I said, iHUB Global, great idea. The idea is that we can earn from not just our own hotspot. The idea is that if we share this with people across the globe, we can earn from hotspots across the globe. It's a big shift from the idea of only owning your own hotspot. As I've said, this is not multi-level marketing. I have a background in multi-level marketing. I did very, very well from network marketing, but not everybody does well from network marketing. I wanted something that you could earn without recruiting anybody. So that's what these guys have put together. There's no monthly auto-ship. Now, again, if you have a background of network marketing, you'll know that if it's an auto-ship, what usually happens if people's finances change, the first thing that goes is that monthly fee that they're paying for a business that's not making them any money. So then that means your income stops as well. Been there, done that. Here we have a hotspot that will make you money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, no matter what you're doing. And now I think I've got another short video that will just go through that to give you a better understanding of what I've just said. So sit back, I'll be back in 2 minutes again.
Do you know who owns your wireless network? Most likely some ginormous big brand tech company with stacks and stacks of moolah. Well, what if you were able to own part of a similar network, which is growing constantly every day? It's called the Internet of Things, or IoT network. Heard of it? It powers billions of all those helpful things like our beautiful smart devices, life-saving medical sensors, security monitors, remote tracking devices, and the list goes on. So now you know you could help power all that and get paid for it in Helium, which is a form of cryptocurrency. You know, the digital currency that's super secure because it's kept in an online fortress of solitude called blockchain technology? But you might have known that. And all that happens from this one little device called a Helium Hotspot you can get from iHUB Global. All you do is plug it in and start earning or mining helium automatically, which goes directly into your account. Simple as that. You basically earn money by doing practically nothing, so you can afford to spend more time with who's important to you. Earnings vary based on where you live, and iHUB will show you simple ways to track how much you earn every day. You can also bring in your family and friends to earn more as an affiliate. And they'll earn too while we build the biggest network in the world together. And eventually, your earnings go even higher and higher with our shared hosting plan. Okay, then why iHUB Global, you ask? Because it's free to start. Our mission is growing the network by more of us owning the network. We'll do it together with simple training on the basics. We'll also show you simple earning strategies to grow. By using our proprietary app called Helium Track, you can track your hotspots and run virtual simulations to place free hotspots in the best locations to further expand your network of affiliates and earnings. Who knew owning this network could be so easy? So if you're ready, let's grow together with iHUB Global. Join and request a hotspot for your home or office today for free.
Oh, this is so good. Right. Okay, so hopefully that video has helped you understand and you can see the size of what's going on with iHUB Global. And the whole Helium idea is huge. Now, on the screen it says that I would rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people rather than 100% of my own efforts. This is a well-known saying that was said by a guy called John Paul Getty. If you've been in home-based business, you've probably heard that saying before. Myself, I've owned a company in the past and I employed a lot of people. So when I employ a lot of people, I'm actually earning from the work that they do. So I'm earning 1% from lots of people. It's the same strategy. So here we have an even stronger strategy. In iHUB, we have a saying, I'd rather have 5, 10, or 15% of hundreds or even thousands of hotspots rather than 100% of my own hotspot. Because you could go and buy a hotspot today. You might have to wait a while for it to come. You plug it in and you keep 100% of what your hotspot does, and that's it. or you let iHUB buy the hotspot for you, so it doesn't cost you anything. We pay to have it shipped to our house, that's all we pay. Then when you plug that hotspot in, you're now going to share the profits of that hotspot with iHUB. So it's cost you nothing, which is why in the video it says it's free to join, because it really is free to join. So we join for free, we request a hotspot, we plug it in, we're making money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Doesn't get any better than that. It works for absolutely everybody. So I have said already that you don't need to recruit anybody. You could just say, right, I will have a hotspot myself, I'll plug it in, and I'm happy with the returns that I receive from that hotspot. And that's great. iHUB have a very big plan. They want to get as many hotspots around the whole globe as they can. So they will reward us very, very well for sharing iHUB Global with as many people as we can. So on the screen there, first thing I'll say, we have to make an assumption. We're going to assume that your hotspot for this demonstration is only doing 20 HNT a month. Okay, so there you are in the greenhouse on the screen. On the left, 1 to 5. Those are the first 5 people you share this with. That's what we call your protein, the first 5 people. Now, when those first 5 people, or one of the first 5, or the 5, reserve their hotspot, they receive their hotspot, they plug it in, you are going to earn 20% of whatever their hotspot does. That's huge. When you do the maths, that is huge. Now, it doesn't stop there. So the 6th person you talk to. So let's imagine you've spoken to 5 people. They've gone, yes, please, I'd like one of those hotspots. So they register with your link. You then come to me and I go, yes, please, I want one of those hotspots. I will be your 6th person. And when I get my hotspot and I plug it in by my windowsill, it's making me money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You will also earn 25% of what my hotspot does. That's massive. That happens with every person from the 6th person you talk to the 15th person. That's 10 people, of which you're going to earn 25% of whatever their hotspot does. Now it carries on. The 16th person you talk to, up to the 25th person, the next 10 after that, you're looking at earning 30% from what their hotspot does. This is where it gets very, very interesting. Because when you get a hotspot yourself from iHUB and you plug it in, you will receive up to 25% of what your hotspot does. So that means in this scenario, if somebody's in your 16th to the 25th position, you're earning more from their hotspot than they do. You're earning 30%. Massive. It gets better than that. The 26th person to infinity. You may share this when you see it working with 50 people, 100 people, 1,000 people. Every single person after your 26th person, you're making 35% from what their box does, what their hotspot does. That's massive. Now, let's put this into money terms. I've said that we're going to assume that a hotspot does 20 HNT. So back to the first 5 people. First 5 people doing 20 HNT, 20 times 5 is 100. You're making 20% of that in total. That's 20 HNT. Every month, month in and month out. This is not a one-off, every single month. At the very same time, the people in your 6th to your 15th, this is called your bronze team. There's 10 people there, all doing 20 HNT. That's 200 HNT. 25% to 200 is 50. So you're making 50 HNT there. At the same time, the people in your silver team, the 16th to the 25th person, there's 10 people there again. 10 times 20 is 200. You're making 30% of 200, that's 60 HNT, all at the same time, month in and month out. For the last team, your goal team, we're going to say, just for easy numbers, you've only introduced 10 people. So that means you've personally shared iHUB with 35 people. That's all. 35 people have gone, yes, I'd like one of those hotspots. So your goal team, 10 times 2 times 20 people, 200, 35% of 200 is 75 HNT. So in any one month and every month, you're looking at earning 200 HNT. Now we're going to assume that after your 35 people, you don't want to tell nobody else. You don't want to help anybody else earn from home. In reality, you probably will. But 200 HNT, if you remember, I said that HNT today is roughly $20. In fact, it's more than that right now. But if it was $20 and you're making 200 HNT passively, whether you get out of bed or not, that's $4,000 worth of HNT you are making month in and month out. This is whether you have a hotspot yourself. This is from your people you've personally shared this with. So on top of this, you also earn from your own hotspot if you have one. So this is where you'll start to realize that this is more about, if I can share this with lots of people, I will make lots of money. If I don't share it with anybody, I will still earn. If I share it with just 35 people, I'm looking at $4,000 worth of HNT a month. That's at the value of HNT today. It's predicted that HNT will hit $40 by the end of this year. And if that's the case, you're still earning 200 HNT at $40. That's now $8,000 worth of HNT a month. In the UK, that's going to be £6,000 a month. What could you do with £6,000 a month that's coming in passively, whether you go out to work or not? And remember, this isn't something that's here today, gone tomorrow. Helium have a 50-year plan. So we are all right at the beginning of something that we just ride the wave that is huge. I hope you see that. The plan I've just showed you alone is massive, and it actually goes quite a bit deeper, but I won't go into that now. I will go into that very, very soon on another training call where we'll look at how much we can earn deep down. It's 5%, 10%, or 15%. Even 5% of hundreds or thousands of hotspots is massive. All that's great, you might think, all this HNT, but how do I spend it? Well, iHUB Global have looked at that as well. They have teamed up with a company called OG Pay. They will be able to provide all of us with a Visa debit card, whether it be a virtual one, if Visa's not in the country where you are today, or a physical one. That means that you will be able to move your HNT from your back office straight onto your Visa card, and you can spend cash anywhere that accepts Visa. You could pay your mobile phone bill, you could pay your car bill, you could pay your mortgage with your Visa debit card from the money you've made from iHUB. Absolutely beautiful. So all that said and done, there's no guarantees. I can't guarantee how much you will earn wherever you are, because it depends on where you actually live. It depends on how many hotspots are around you. You may make way more than 20 HNT. You may make less than 20 HNT. Doesn't matter. The point is, this is something that will pay you month in and month out once you plug a hotspot in. And as I said earlier, if you have an internet modem plugged in at your house, you have the capability to plug in a Helium hotspot as well. So what I'm sharing with you now is an out-of-date, actually, map of all the Helium hotspots that are currently on the Helium network right now. All these green dots you can see, and this is a screenshot, so I can't go across and show you China or Australia, but I'm sharing with you the USA, Europe, and the UK. All these green dots are live hotspots that are there making money right now. People have them plugged in. In fact, at the time of me doing this screenshot, there was 222,000 hotspots. Now, I must say, I looked at the Helium network over 12 months ago. And when I looked at this map over 12 months ago, there was 9,000 hotspots globally. That was all. So in the less than 12, well, about 12 months now, we've gone from 9,000 to 222,000 live hotspots. So something big is happening with these hotspots around the globe. Now, what's even better is this is a map from iHUB Global showing you the same live Helium hotspots. Now, iHUB Global, since probably, I think, February or March, when they decided to offer these hotspots for free, they decided, right, we will pay for these hotspots in the first place, and we will give them to the people that are prepared to plug them in and work with us, and we share the profits from that hotspot. So they started this free deployment, which is where I joined 3 months ago. I saw it was free. I knew that that's going to work for a whole lot of people. Now let's look at how this has grown over the last 3 or 4 months. On the screen, you can see all the people that have got in green that have live hotspots right now. In a minute, I'm going to go to the next screen. It will show you all the people that have reserved a hotspot for free. It will show you that iHUB Global will be a major force in the Helium network, because they will be one of the biggest suppliers of Helium hotspots in the whole Helium network. So here we go. Watch, you can see the screen now, all the live, and this is what's coming with all the people that have reserved hotspots. So you can see it's massive. iHUB Global have put together a project which has really taken off all over the globe. When I joined iHUB Global, in fact, is that the last screen? Yeah, that is really the last screen. So I'm going to stop sharing that. I'm going to stop sharing that because I want to see you all. Okay, so that really is the presentation. Now, what I'm going to say is that I saw iHUB Global just over 3 months ago. That's all. And when I joined iHUB Global, there was less than 60,000 members in iHUB Global. I know today that we are very close, if not, we have not reached it already, to the 1 millionth member joining iHUB Global. Take that in for a second. 3 months ago, there's 60,000. We're now touching 1 million members. So something big is going on. People are seeing what's going on and they're going, yes, I would like one of those hotspots plugged in on my windowsill, because that will make me money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And I know I'll be able to pass this on to my children. This isn't one of those opportunities where will it be around next year, the year after? This is a huge, huge opportunity. So really, I thank you all for being on this call. There is no more to say. I urge you to get back to the person that's introduced you to iHUB Global. Get all your questions answered. We're doing these calls 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 8 p.m. UK time. On a Wednesday, we have a training call. We are very fortunate to have one of the co-founders actually do the presentation for us. So we are actually connected right with the company. He will be the guy that will pass on all the latest info for us to share with our own teams. So I will stop recording.